In this video, I'm going to give you some tips for taming your Google Docs. Now, this homepage is going to have a lot of documents in it, and it's only going to grow. I want you not to panic about that. Don't worry. This is not how you look for your documents by trying to look down this list here. There are some options on the left-hand side for you to click. The first one is owned by me. This limits it to just the documents that you've created. Your other good option down here is your collections. If you don't have collections, I highly recommend you create them and you move documents into them. If I want to put this into a collection, I just click it, click this folder shaped icon here, and I can choose which collections I'm going to move it into. Now I can move it into more than one collection because it might make sense to have it in more than one place. That's fine. I just apply changes if I wanted to put it in there. Clicking one of these collections shows you only the documents that are in it. So that's quite handy. If I want to create a collection, just create collection. If you want a hierarchy, so I want a collection inside a collection, then I can go into that collection and click this little button here, and it will create a folder inside a folder, or in this case a collection inside a collection. If there's a document shown here and you're not sure what it is, then select it, click the little I button here. This gives you a preview of what that document is, and sometimes that's enough for you to go, oh yes, I know what that is, it's safe to delete, or I should move it, without having to go into the document itself. Right, let me just go back to home now. This sort menu up here is very handy as well. So last modified, this shows you them in the list in which they've been edited recently, so you can see who's been working on what. It's likely that a document you want is one that's been worked on recently, so it'll be somewhere near the top there, or if you can remember when you last worked on it or when it was last edited. Last opened by me, so these are only the documents that you've opened recently, not just edited but opened. You can sort them by title, so that's alphabetical there. And interestingly, there's this last one here called priority. This is where Google tries to be a bit clever, and it figures out which documents are likely to be important to you. So it does this by looking at how often you've referred to them, how often you've opened them, or how quickly you were to open them once they were shared with you. So it tries to use its smarts, and this is quite handy. Chances are the document that you've been working on will be listed near the top here. So pause this video now and have a go at these four bullet points. My next tip gives you even more power, and that's using the search tools up here. Drop this little triangle down and you can specify just what you want to see. If I only want to see spreadsheets, done. Click that little cross to get rid of it. Let's say I want to see images that have been shared with me, then that'll narrow that down as well. That's none. It's okay. This is really handy. You can do all sorts of things in here. You can say it's a presentation, and I remember it's got something to do with smart, and it'll find it for you just like that. And then clicking that will take you straight to the document, or you can click the search and it'll list all of the things that match that search. Very, very handy. You might, for instance, remember that there's a spreadsheet that's been shared with you, and it's got the words EE in it. So that's a pretty quick way that you can find a particular item. So pause the video now and just take a couple of minutes to explore some of those search features and try searching for a particular document. My last tip is starring. Let's say I've done a search here, I've found a document, and I want to be able to find it again easily in the future. Well, up here next to the name is a little star, and when I click on that, that document is now starred for me. I'm going to go back to my documents here, and you can see it's got a little star on it. Well, on the left hand side, if I click starred, it shows me only the starred documents. This is very, very useful for starring documents that you're using at the moment, and they're always there and accessible. It's sort of like having them on top of your desk. You can get at them very easily, and I use this with my mobile devices so that I don't have to search through them, because it's harder to search on one of those. But if you've got them starred, you can find them easily. When you've finished working with that document, unstar it, and it goes back to the way it was. And so you can star them from home just by clicking the little star here, or inside the document itself, click that little star as well. So your last task for the day is to have a go at starring some of your docs and then viewing only the starred documents. And on the right hand side here, just for interest, I've shown what it looks like on a mobile device. Once you use that starring, makes it quite handy. So try starring. And hopefully this, combined with the other things I've shown you today, will help you get on top of Google Docs and find them really useful and handy.